What's up, sports bettors? We have 4 NBA games tonight, and I'm going to be sharing my favorite 2 player props, okay? So both of my player props, they're not going to be on Prize Picks, but on the Prize Picks competitor Thrive Fantasy. So if you know a little bit about these platforms, essentially Thrive Fantasy, they offer higher payouts than Prize Picks, right? So on Thrive Fantasy, what you'll notice is any 2 picks you select, you're always going to be getting your parlay 1 to win 360, 1 to win 260 in profit, 360 total, including your stake. Whereas on Prize Picks, you're always getting 1 to win 3, right? It doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, whatever you select, it's always going to be 1 to win 3. So Prize Picks, Thrive Fantasy, just like Underdog Fantasy, these are all platforms that offer fixed price parlays, right? So what we can do is we can, use their payouts. So the way that Thrive Fantasy works, right, is we just said it's always 1 to win 360. $1 you're betting to win 360. So that's essentially just like a sports book where both legs are minus 110 odds, right? If you're placing bets at minus 110 odds and you have a 2-leg parlay, you're getting 1 to win 364. So the payout's slightly different, but basically Thrive Fantasy is charging the implied juice of minus 111. So when you're playing player props on Thrive Fantasy, you're getting minus 111 for any 2-pick entry. So it's very low juice, right? Very low vig. Any player prop you select on Thrive Fantasy out of all these options in a 2-pick entry, you can assume that you're getting minus 111 odds. So what I like to do and what you can do for free on OddsJam is you can browse odds for any sport and just essentially try to see, hey, where is their value on Thrive Fantasy? So for example, here, if we wanted to take Claxton under 12.5 points, Nicholas Claxton, the best line is actually to play this on Thrive Fantasy in a 2-pick entry where you're getting the implied juice, implied price of minus 111. But we definitely wouldn't want to take Claxton over 12.5 points. Why? Because why would we include this in our Thrive entry at minus 111 implied odds when you can go over to Unibet Sportsbook and place this bet at plus 100? So the way these fantasy sites work is you have to place parlays. I can't go to Prize Picks and just bet on one pick, right? You need at least 2+ picks, as it says right here. But if we can find 2 sharp, profitable picks, then we have a profitable entry, right? We have a parlay where both legs are positive EV, both legs are profitable, so our parlay is profitable. So the first play I ended up going with is Dinwiddie over 15.5 points, right here. So we're getting this minus 111 implied odds on Thrive Fantasy, and you'll notice Prize Picks, right, they're giving us a lower payout. As we mentioned, any of their parlays, 2-leg parlays, are $1 to win 3. So you're getting the implied juice of minus 137. So 1 to win 3 is a parlay where both legs, as you can see right here, 1 to win 3 means the implied juice is minus 137. So you're getting a lot worse odds than you're getting on Thrive Fantasy where you're getting minus 111. But what we'll notice is this looks incredible on Thrive Fantasy. No other sportsbook's giving us better than minus 120 on Dinwiddie over 15.5 points. We're getting this minus 111, and you can see that Bet Online, as well as the OddsJam Perfect Line, which is just Pinnacle, are pricing this at minus 128 and minus 151, respectively. So we're getting a ton of improvement on Thrive Fantasy, right? So we're getting a ton of value. And value means everything as a sports bettor. People are always like, why does value matter in sports betting? Well, why does value matter when you're investing, right? When you're buying a house, you want to find a house that seems a little cheap and you're getting a good deal on it, right? Hedge funds, things like that, investors, they're looking for things, assets they can buy that look underpriced. So it's no different in sports betting. You want to look for value, right? You want to look for bets where you're getting a ton of value. So what you'll see right here is we're getting Dinwiddie over 15.5 points at minus 111 when no other bookmaker is giving us better than minus 120. And the sharpest bookmaker has this minus 151 And then Bet Online, another very sharp offshore sportsbook, has this minus 128. So we're getting a ton of value, which is why this is the first play we want to be on. We definitely wouldn't want to take him under 15.5 points. We want to take him over because all the sports books have the over heavily juiced, which means the over is a lot more likely to hit. So the next play I ended up going with is Claxton under 8.5 rebounds. You can see FanDuel has this minus 154. Most sports books have this, an average of roughly minus 130-ish. So we're treating every sports book as kind of an independent data point of, hey, where should this line be set? And we're looking for value, right? We're looking for value. So I ended up locking in these two picks, 1,000 to win 3.6K, 1,000 to win 2.6K in profit, plus my $1,000 stake back. It is pretty simple to make money sports betting. You want to place as many positive EV bets as you can on a daily basis. Doesn't matter if you're playing on Thrive, Underdog, DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever. You always got to be finding value where you have an edge, right? You have an edge over the sportsbook in locking in as many bets as you can. That's how you make money sports betting. So anyways, hopefully you found this video helpful. Let's make some money, guys.